Okay, what up ladies and gents, your favorite Asian robot right here, and we are back on Mistfall Hunter today. They gutted my Mercenary, and I'm so sad about that. Literally just released that build yesterday, and immediately today, absolutely nerfed into the ground. Okay, like what, did everybody that I murdered that night in Chaos run and cry because I died a few times too? You know, it wasn't that bad, but yeah, they've nerfed the defensive mercenary, not the offensive mercenary. So if you're still playing offensive mercenary, you're totally fine. Defensive mercenary is the one that got hit hard. So yeah, that's a shame. That being said, they absolutely buffed the shit out of the Greatsword Withered Knight. So we're going to be trying it tonight. I also have a bit of a poll going in chat because I want to know how people feel about all these changes, because it's kind of crazy if you ask me. The simple fact is that this many changes should not be the way. Like, the fact that you're just flip-flopping everything left, right, and center is a little bit crazy. You know, they got to stick to something for maybe at least 2 weeks and see how things evolve. Because the player base, now granted, this is also what we call launch decay. The player base has dropped by about 50% on Steam. And this is natural. Okay, first and foremost, I'm going to tell you this is natural. This is not in any way scary or, you know, different from any other extraction shooter out there. It's actually pretty much par for the course. But what you have to understand is that this drop-off, what is the cause of it? Is it simply that people found that this was not the game for them? Hey, Night Elf. Or is it something more sinister? That's what I'm worried about. These frequent balancing patches could be something that's driving away players. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts on all that. For now, though, support more Mistfall Hunter content. All right. Let's Ragnarok and roll. And then, let's try things out. So, as you guys know, there's been some changes. For example, our Heavy Strike's fully charged attack now gains super armor, which is really, really nice. So, hopefully we can utilize that in the field. We can also have a shorter cooldown on breakthrough charge. And our light attacks are also executed faster than before. So, let's try things out. All right, we're not going to use my full-on gear because, you know, doing that would just be a little bit weird. We're actually going to use some trash gear for fun, for a little bit of funsies. Okay, we're going to use some trash gear. Okay, whoa, where did all this crap come from? Give me 1 second because, whoa, that is way too much crap. All right, let me just sell off all that. Sorry, was not expecting that. And we'll go in and do a little bit of zero to hero, you know? Just a little bit of zero to hero. Just a smidge. Thanks for having me up on both, Night Elf. I really appreciate that. Alright. Okay, we're looking good. But we are going to use a combat bag. We're just going to go into the regular area, you know? Nothing too fantastic here. Okay, why? Because... Oops, sorry, wrong combat bag. Wrong combat bag! Well, whatever. The only gray combat bag I have is a polearm and shield type combat bag, so we'll just have to live with that. Let's go in. Practically zero to hero run. Normal path, Hallow Grove. Let's go. Let's go taste things that we shouldn't taste. Anyway, I hope you're doing good today, Night Elf. I hope your day is good. Because I am so glad that the drilling is finally over. I hope that I can, you know, finally... Oh, sorry, almost forgot. Need to take off this No Path of Glory anyway. There we are. Let's just go in and mess around. Step up in the building, recognize me. Check the fresh fade, watch the jewelry. I got my money all in 20s, please. Got a lot of haters, it's 100 degrees. Let's go. Okay, let's get into some trouble. Now, I really don't care if I lose this combat bag because it's shitty anyway. But, Okay. Okay. It does seem a little bit faster, but I can't tell. How much faster? I guess we'll find out over time. It does at least seem nice to be able to swing. To be swanging. Okay. Still takes some effort. Don't get me wrong there. The attacks are a bit faster, but accuracy is going to be important. Let's keep going. Oop, wrong way. There should be a dude over there. Now this area has already been looted, and so has the bottom area, which is kind of wild. Ooh, damn. Okay, the seer killed me, but only because I was weakened. But that's roughly what I expected. Now we're gonna do it again. I don't care about failing to escape with that combat bag. Again. The goal here is to experiment and see how each situation feels. Now that was not ideal because and that was my failure, not circumstantial, but that was my failure because I went in balls to the walls and didn't finish off the target because I was like, okay, I chose not to finish off the target. Okay, let's go again. Either way, he got nothing for beating me, so I'm satisfied with that. Hey, Austin. Dude, they nerfed the defensive mercenary. Like, bruh. Hey, Carterville, how's it going? I think most people will always have skill issues, yes. But the problem is that whether they got skill issues or not, it affects all the rest of us too. Oh, forgot about this. Whoops. Deploy. Anyway, tonight. Oh my God, forgot about the beverages too. Let's go with Valor and Tenacious. Aegis. This will work. A little bit of attack, a little bit of defense. Let's go. Let's go see how this feels. I don't have the same tools that a defensive mercenary does, but we'll see. Alright, let's go. I also want to play Seer at some point, but the way that they keep shifting these goalposts is crazy. At least to me. The constant goalpost shifting does not agree with the robot. Also, what in the hell? Did you see that? Okay. Oh man, damn it. Phew. Okay, that was unfortunate. But we just go again. I still think the Greatsword Knight has issues depending upon who actually ambushes them. I mean, you can see it right now. You know, you end up in combat, and unlike the Mercenary, you've got no tools to just stop them. Just doesn't work that way. Oh, I keep forgetting about the stupid beverages. Because either way, I'm just experimenting with base, like literally just the base. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. There are limitations to everything, and that's what I'm here to discover. Although they've buffed a lot of stuff about the Greatsword Knight, is it enough? Can it handle? You know? Oh yes, but when you're already in the attack, you kind of can't do that. That's why they were able to get me there. I have to readapt to the Greatsword Withered Knight. But honestly, it won't be a problem. I'm just using trash gear right now. Most of those guys are running blues. You can kind of tell they'll be at least running blue weapons. But they'll lower their gear score with like trash defensive equipment, but they'll run blue weapons, which is completely fine. Like, that's okay with me. That's a system that I agree with.
The disordered souls are spreading. Do not let them remain lost for too long, Guild Hunter.
The more I test, the better. The more I know, the better. I'm too used to the Mercenary where I just block this guy's attacks. Have to learn how to properly avoid again. Okay. First, I need to relearn my system. Once I relearn the system, we're good.
I'll be watching over you.
The Greatsword was always better than the polearm and shield, even when this was weaker. The polearm and shield basically lost almost every single fight against every single class, which is the biggest shame. Hey, Vicky. I think that's why I feel such a change is necessary in the first place. It just felt terrible playing Withered Knight. And the Greatsword was good, you know? But I need to readapt to my skills again. Because the Greatsword has plenty of damage as long as I don't miss. The key is I cannot miss. Okay, let's go. I need to go back this way into the shop. Oh, it's another... okay. Damn. That's just sad. Well, guess it's your turn on the pyre. I think it all boils down to skill. Like, anytime I would see a polearm Withered Knight, like, I knew I was gonna win. I just knew that, yep, this guy is screwed. And my Mercenary would just absolutely mug the shit out of him. So, I guess that is what shows that everybody has a unique and different, you know, experience, which is good. That's what we want. We want this game to feel like everybody has an interesting experience so that people enjoy actually playing the game. But yeah, anytime I would see anybody using a polearm and shield in solos, I was like, this guy's dead. I just absolutely destroy him if he ever tried. But that's because a Mercenary had a lot of tools to do that, you know? I could hunt them down, control distance, and we were both like defensive, you know? So to me, it was a really interesting experience in that way. Oh man, I have to go all the way around. This is stupid. But that's how it is. I do love the overall damage though that these guys do. Feels nice. But one day I think I'll have to seriously try the polearm and shield. I need to give it a true test. Because now that I understand that a lot of stuff is like skill issues, yeah. No, they all go on cooldown. They cannot cancel it and not go on cooldown. It's just that a lot of their abilities, just so you know, look very similar. I thought the same thing until I actually played Mercenary, but now Mercenary got heavily nerfed. At least the defensive Merc did. Hey, what up, Pyraz? Yeah, the defensive Merc took a big arrow to the knee, so that was a thing. And I understand why, of course. Simply put, it's a nerf that had to happen. Mine. Okay, now. I know that somebody's already purifying the Fate Altar. So since somebody is busy doing that, let's go and see if there's anything else for me to tango with. Merc was beautiful though, like 40,000 Guild and Blood in one night of Chaos runs. That was pretty awesome. But now to me, this thing feels like I'm going in like a hyper hardcore DPS. I have to relearn my system. But if I do it correctly, I should in theory. Be able to mash most things coming my way. But I have to say, like, I can understand why they nerfed the defensive Merc. Ah, so that's where the guy is. Why is this guy trying to heal? Dude, that was the worst Withered Knight I've ever faced. You Twitch clip that. See me. Bruh. You just donating equipment to me or something? Is that it? Is that what this is? Okay. Anyway, free stuff is free stuff. Let's skedaddle. No, I know. Like, pretty much, I feel like all the nerfs in this game is all about skill issues. Austin was saying the same thing earlier. Like, the whole reason we're even having half of these discussions is because some player got killed by some person somewhere and decided to whine about it. It was probably all the people I merked on that night when I was playing the defensive merc, because it was like seers. It didn't really matter what they brought, you know? They fought me, I just deflect. And that's how it is, you know? You just fight and you win. That's life. You ain't ready for the fight, you know? And don't bring the smoke. And the guy had better gear than me. All he had to do was, you know, stun me. Pull the same things against me that I was pulling on him. Would have been easy. Yeah, the Stardust Sorcerer needs to be useless. I don't know why they nerfed the Elemental, but not the Stardust. The Stardust should be the one that is absolutely useless. It should be designed as a PvE build. Now, I don't want them to nerf them into the ground like how they did to my defensive Mercenary, because that is a terrible, terrible thing. It would be a lot better if they did it in such a way that, okay, so now the Stardust Sorcerer cannot just insta-cast a second skill, or their chant timings get much more easily interruptible. Yeah, that might kill them, but at the same time, you know, look, that's the risk you take. You want to deal higher damage, there's got to be high risk for high reward, right? Especially because either they go artillery or they go fast and viable. The fact that they completely gutted the Elemental Sorcerer didn't sit well with me at all. So that's something they need to address very, very quickly. Okay. Everything else is just gravy. Let's sell all the rest of that crap. I have too much crap, don't I? M-Hoff? No. Wait for me to do a video on it, alright? And never ever ask if I go through the patch notes on stream. Dude, the stream is for testing gameplay, so obviously, if you know that I've heard it 1,000 times, don't ask, bro. Come on. That is very, very wrong. You can either Google and read it yourself, or wait for me to do a video on it. I'm here to show gameplay, communicate with my audience. Like, I'm not here to read patch notes to you, so please don't do that again, yeah? Thank you. Okay, let's get rid of this green gear because we'll never need it anyway. Free up some warehouse space. Won't need any of these. Okay, the rest we'll just sell. Now, Withering Mark's okay. I feel that it does decent enough damage. That's alright, M-Hoff. As long as you understand, that's cool. But yeah, I feel like it does decent damage. And hopefully, the value of it will continue to remain good. It's good to apply the Withered Mark at least, and that is something I can live with. Now let's get rid of all this crap. Okay. Already made a 2K profit, huh? Nice. How much will it cost me for this? Acceptable. Let's see. Since I already deal so much damage, I think I will just take even more wrath. Guess I could take more stoic as well. Grim Darkly is essentially correct. But the Withered Knight is far from invulnerable, or it's definitely not going to be as OP as the defensive Merc was. The defensive Merc was absolutely devastating, whereas the Withered Knight, and you saw, well, those of you who were watching my first 2 runs, I basically got destroyed when I was in gray combat bag. Alright, by competent players. Sir, instead of your first question in chat being, are you Chinese? Perhaps you should start by saying hello, All right, let's not talk about race when it's your first ever time in my chat. Okay, I don't really like people like that. Let's start, you know, with a normal conversation. Say hello. Let's get to know each other. Let's be friends before you ask about my race. All right? Okay, let's do that. That's for some people. You know, back in my day, I'm older, as you guys know. When we met somebody at school, I don't think the first thing I asked them was, "Hey, man, what kind of Asian are you, bro?" No, the first thing I said was, "Hey, my name's Sid, you know? You good?" And even if that's a joke, okay, you will be insta-banned from my channel for any racism or racial-related statements. So, Dark and Raiden, sorry, but that's not a funny joke, and you're not allowed to make that kind of joke on YouTube, okay? And that is specifically why I don't allow people to talk about race. Plain and simple. All the idiots who never develop social skills, unfortunately, use it as quite an excuse.
Zombie Boy 109 is now following.
Hello, Zombie Boy. Welcome, and thank you for following. Hey, Michael. And Trey, welcome indeed. I don't know, Austin. I think either people didn't go to school or, you know, they're at home on the internet because they have no other means of social interaction. Like, bro, come on. 2026, guys. All right, let's start with a hello. All right, let's start with a hello. Journey is perfect as always. Aren't you that guy that was a streamer that showed up to my Marvel Rival streams? I hope you remember that I stated I do not associate with streamers, so just remember that, sir. You know? Like, I'm genuinely not trying to get rid of you, but at the same time, I hope you understand why I stay away from streamer association. It's really, really not a good thing for me. But the journey is fine. But I'm pretty sure that was your name. If it's not, then, you know, forgive me for the misunderstanding. But anyway, I'm doing good today, guys. Just happy to be streaming after I couldn't, because this morning, you know, for those of you that know, the renovation has been ongoing for 2 days, and it's my direct upstairs neighbor. So I've been trying my best to just, to not stream in the mornings and just try to get some rest where I can. But, you know, once evening rolls around, gotta put in maximum effort. You know, gotta do my best. Oh yeah, this is one that you can just buy. And you know what I like about, this? Okay, then forgive me for the misunderstanding. I think the guy the other day mentioned something like that. He also had a name like Trey, but if it's a misunderstanding, look, that's completely fine. Welcome to show and enjoy. This outfit, and all the skins in this game, what's so great about it and what I like about it is that if you buy a skin, it's account-wide. It works on all your characters, doesn't matter what their gender is. I love that. You know, it's more fair than several other games, and let's not talk about those other games, all right? But y'all know what it is. You buy one skin for one character, and you don't get to keep it. Like, you can't just use it on another character. Me? Here in this game, bro, I can use my skin on any character because I own my skin. Congratulations. You know, it's a fair system. I like that. It's so good. Like, this is something that I feel has been missing from games for a long time. I'm very happy about that. Yeah, me too, my man. I think there'll be somebody here. Oh, behind? Coolio. Well, if little Pop Smoke over there doesn't want smoke, I'll just stay over here. Let's see if he follows me. Okay. Come on, cowboy. Oh. Ooh, he got me. Nice. Good technique. Yeah, going to school does grant social confidence. At least if you get along with your friends. Okay, that was fun. Now, let me see. Just grab another combat bag and off we go. It's good, Michael, but they just nerfed it today. It should still be decent, but I don't think we'll get as much value out of it as we did before. I plan on retesting it another day. But what do I think of this update? So far seems okay. I wish they hadn't gutted the defensive mercenary, but again, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's not so big of a deal that I think everything else is going to be wild. That being said, I like what they've done with the Greatsword Withered Knight. I just need to find my footing and start dueling all the other Greatsword Withered Knights. So that's where I'm at right now. That's what I'm working on. And I want to see how it all comes together, because I'm recovering my skills. I'm too used to the Mercenary and how to play the Mercenary. I need to recover my skills with the Greatsword Knight. Please wait for my video on that. I will cover it in a separate video, Michael, because as you guys know, I hate being asked about patch notes every single time when I stream. Like, please go and actually check out the patch notes on your own. And if you do not want to, then wait for the video, all right? I will always cover it in a video. So please kindly wait for that. Because stream is a time for me to experiment with technique and combat, not to go over patch notes. Okay. We keep going. Oh, good. Some other guy asked, but I hope that everybody knows this rule. We should not be using streams as a way of just going over patch notes, because that is a stupid waste of time. It is better for you guys to wait for a video or read the patch notes yourself if you haven't. If you have, that's totally cool. Or if you just don't want to, you want to wait for the video anyway, no problem. All right, I will release a video on that. I always try and cover stuff like that because I know people are, I'm not saying you guys, but I have to say it honestly, people are way too lazy to read patch notes and understand them straight away. Essentially, yeah. You will find yourself very energy hungry. You'll find yourself very energy hungry if you keep going with that. So that is something that you will have to think about now. You can't just go in willy-nilly and absolutely just defend against everything, which I do agree to an extent was a problem. At least now you have to actually think about things. And that ultimately is a good thing. More importantly, I'm just looking at the attack pattern of the Greatsword Knight right now. And just trying to see how it all plays together. Comes together, sorry. Plays together, lol. Still hate this wrecking ball. I need to use my parry more. And I'm pretty sure I will be able to as I practice. Once I practice enough, I'm good. But that's why I must relentlessly engage in combat. Doesn't matter what level of skill my opponents are at. Doesn't matter how much I lose in terms of combat bags. I'm here to just go in and go balls to the walls. Let's get into some more fights. Oh, damn. Oh, I didn't know that that could be blocked as well. That's interesting. I like that. Ooh, they got me. Nice. Okay. Parry can block that, little wire. That's good. They do indeed. I'll just use a green combat bag this time. Mostly because I'm maxed out on all of them. Good. But it seems like everyone tonight is gonna try the Greatsword Knight, which I like. Gives me more chances for mirror matches. Okay, keep going. Ugh. I keep forgetting that I actually gained stuff. Nice. Let's go. Do a little bit of a rile up. Okay. Now let's keep going. I think if they do start to run though, I will have to switch to polearm and shield. Only because I need an additional gap closer. Hey, Lewis. Everyone has a family, my guy. How you doing, by the way, Lewis? You doing good? Okay, let's see.
The disordered souls are spreading. Do not let them remain lost for too long.
Well, sucks to be you, buddy. Oh, man. What is this? I'm gonna just let him duke it out. I'll kill the winner. Oh no, I don't care about a start like this. This just makes it more fun. This is gonna be quite funny. Let's go. They're all committed now. Yeah. Let's delete some of the NPCs interfering. Okay, one down. Here. You dare interfere in my freaking fight. Damn. You have to be spot on with your hits for sure. But that was a fun fight. Basically, it was an all melee meltdown. Okay. I'm more than happy to win most fights, but I still think the defensive mercenary, as you can see, still has some good strengths. So, despite these buffs, you know, the fight between the two of the Withered Knights was a slugfest. Which, number one, was pretty crazy. And number two, I think it's going to be more interesting now, seeing how all these classes come together. So, I like the changes. Of course, that being said, I still think I would, at the end of the day, very much prefer the Mercenary to the Withered Knight. I think even with the nerfs and energy conservation, it's probably going to be much more important to actually measure your attacks, know what you're doing, and be tactical with your hits. But you do have to be pretty much spot on. I like what they have. I like how they chase. But my technique needs to improve because I'm too used right now to playing the Mercenary, and that's where my problem is. Because mentally, I'm still thinking like a defensive Mercenary. That's the issue. I'm not thinking like, you know, a Greatsword wielding knight. And that is okay. Now let's get in some trouble. One thing which I do have to say though is that their breakthrough charge thing, I might have to replace that because it's just not as effective. I think the Withering Mark might actually be better. Because as much as I like dashing around and having a gap closer, that's all well and good, it's clearly not as effective as I would like it to be. And mentally, that's causing me some issues.
Super chat received.
Ooh, well, thank you for the super. I appreciate that. That a hammer merc? Damn. LOL. I got killed by the monster. Alright, so even if I pull them in, there's no stun on the Thorns Guide, which is annoying. No stun on Thorns Guide sucks. Hey, Hammer Mercs are fun. Okay, so since I've got no stun on Thorns Guide, oh, it's fine. It doesn't even bother me. That kind of minor thing is totally okay. What I need to worry about is something else. I have the timings right, but I'm wondering if I should change over from this to the Withered Mark. To Withering Mark. I mean, I like Thorns Guide, don't get me wrong. Or maybe instead of Thorns Guide, we use Withering Mark. It's an idea there. Could do something like that. They have all these lovely recommended talents. These are not recommended for me. Okay. No. Hammer Mercs are completely fine. They can be beaten. I'm just testing stuff. Like, I genuinely don't care if I lose. I have way more than enough profits. That's why I'm just going in shit gear that I don't care about. Because my goal is not to win yet. My goal is to test. By the way, thank you, Lewis, for the lovely super chat. I'll play some music when I win. But yeah, now Hammer Mercs are easy. I just need to see what's gonna give me maximum value. Yeah, they are very, very easy to deal with. Even if they have super armor, right? They are vulnerable immediately after they swing. Just dodge the swing and, you know, swing back. Because if you know the Hammer Mercs attacks, their pattern is really easy. But I had to test what would happen if I Thorn Guided. And Thorn Guiding into super armor is bad. Because it pulls me to them, but there's no stun. That's the only reason that I'm interested in seeing how this will work now. Because what changed is that my first attack is faster, right? So first attack faster, good. That's great. But if my first attack is faster, then I need to be able to utilize it more. I still need the gap closer from my dash. And my moves overall, pretty spaced. I hear something. I swear I heard something. Doesn't really matter though. Ooh, cool. That was weird though, like some of the attacks just keep missing. And the problem is the dash. The dash doesn't seem to connect as well as it should. I still think that after all this, right, when you're facing off against certain classes, because you're so reliant on this, yeah. I think that overall, maybe I'll replace it the opposite way. Instead of relying on the breakthrough charge, but I don't want to lose my gap closer. Or should I be even crazier and just not parry? If I focus on dodging and completely ignore parrying, could that work? That way I've got everything I need. Let's try again. So, okay, we have this. We don't want the parry anymore. I'm gonna actually take this. Okay, that's not it. One extra talent point. Let's try something like that. Okay, again. At this point, screw it. I'll just go in with no equipment. Doesn't really matter. Let's try. I think if I overcome this, because parry is nice, but it's not giving me any real value. So what if I just say screw parry and just go pure offense? Like if we lean into pure offense, what happens then? Maybe we can do 0 to hero. Let's try. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking to just drop in the stupid parry. Because why bother? The parry has like literally no value to me. And it's too defensive. I don't need it. If instead I focus on just calmly dodging attacks and playing this more like a Dark Souls heavy weapon type character, I think it could go better. Let's test. Pants. Found. I should try that. I should try that. Just go into solos, Austin. You'll find them. Go straight into solos, chaos mode, and off you go, pal. I hate the delay after the sword energy, though. It's good, but I hate that delay. Okay, now let's go to a shop. Kill things along the way, walk to the shop, get to a fight.
Subscriber detected.
Thanks for subscribing to Kane. Welcome. Let's mess around and get in trouble. Sweet, gloves. That's something. Nice. Let's put it in place this. And I'll actually sell you this. Here, have it. Two shops nearby each other. Cool. I will have to try the charged heavy for chasing people.
The barrier has been lifted. You're picking this floor.
I hate that it summons those. Irritating. It's worth more than the little fortune bean. Hey, I'd be down for something like that. Oh, man. Does that mean I can't buy any more potions? Dang. What a shame. Okay, let's head here. Early extraction. I hear stuff. Ah, the guy must be in the Supreme Hall. Okay, to the other side then. I mean, if he's ready for that kind of stuff,
Take your junk out of here.
then I'll let him be. I need to find an opponent more on my level to test this out in an actual duel. No more Parry. Just every bit of... I knew he'd be leaving there, which is fine. Okay, sweet, got an amulet. Literally equipping myself with trash. This is nice. Okay. That one was no good. And only because... Okay, still no helmet yet. But if I survive, I buy one.
Quickly, follow those butterflies to our woodling friend.
Did somebody already escape from here? Wild. I didn't see any escape notice, so where'd the guy go? He just murked everything and left? Can't be. I always hate when this thing spawns in this weird, awkward place down there. Okay, unfortunately we didn't encounter anyone there, but that's how it is. We'll sell off our stuff. Buy some basic white gear for the slots that we're missing, and we're going again. We keep going until we get it. But first... Hey Lewis, what kind of music mood you in? If you don't mind me asking. If you got a particular music mood, then let me play something for you. Oh, if you don't, totally cool. Okay. Now let's go secure some profits. First, all this crap goes away. This we'll save because it's actual ingredients that we need. And sell off some of these. Oh. Metal is good. Your wish is my command. Let's do a little metal. And if we're gonna do metal, then I say... Perfect.
I'm standing Sometimes I wonder if this is just who I am now. If the switch got flipped and it never got flipped back. I used to think I could outrun it. Now I'm just trying not to react in public. I can't turn the noise off. It's always running in the back of my head. I can't turn the noise off. Even when I'm trying to pretend I'm fine instead. I'm still over there while I'm standing right here. And I don't know if I'll ever really come back. I can't turn the noise off. I used to think it would get better with time. Maybe it just gets quieter when no one's watching.
All right, let's go. Next round of testing.
I'm standing in the grocery line, trying to keep my head down. Someone laughed too loud behind me, and my whole body locks up. My heart's already racing before my brain catches up. I tell myself it's fine, but my hand's already reaching for something that isn't there. I can feel someone standing too close. I can smell something that takes me right back. I'm still here, but I'm not really here, and I hate how fast it happens. I can't turn the noise off. It's always running in the back of my head. I can't turn the noise off.
Oops, sorry. That played into the second version. Let's go. Now, was enjoying the music a little too much there. This is my own music, dude. I made the song and I wrote the song. I created it with AI tools, but the songwriting is all me. Well, I guess I also do the music mastering and editing, but this one hasn't gone out to the world yet. It's still unreleased. So I only play it for my friends. But yeah, any of the songs that you hear me play are all my own works. If you want to support my music, you want to get releases faster, you can actually go onto either my SoundCloud or Spotify page, alright? And all my currently distributed music is there. The only thing is that, like, I need more people to listen to my tracks before I can drop the next album, so if you want to help out, feel free to. Well, there's no download link, but you can check out my music on any page. The more you support and play my currently available tracks, the faster I can release more music. Please enjoy, I've got quite a variety of stuff. SoundCloud gets everything first, but yeah, I do quite a big variety. Thank you for your interest, though. Appreciate that. I think I'm getting back into the groove of playing this. I feel like I always have to play so slow, but this is the correct way to play, I reckon. Anyway, if you like that kind of music, look for my currently released EP, Consumed by Shadows. The music is quite similar, so I think you might enjoy that. Anything good? Hey, a soul jar. Sweet! Already turning extra profits just like that. Nice! Let's grab this crap and then beat up this guy. Thank you. Ah. There we are. Let's run to a trouble. Damn, he got me. No, I do not, my friend. No, I do not. If you don't see me streaming a game, I no longer play it. Alright, that was fun. Let me sell the soul jar. It's always worth a pretty penny. And mithril. Price is kind of low. But fine, whatever. Okay, time for another 0 to hero run. Admittedly, I almost had the guy, and that was fun stuff. Yes, 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 I don't care about these. Let's go. More combat is better. Now, let's go get in some more trouble. Okay, where am I? Let's head south immediately. And if we encounter somebody, damn good. Anyway, Corey, I'm glad you think that they're doing a good job of keeping the player base engaged. But the thing I have to question is that I don't know if this strategy is going to be good for them long term, because although you might say that they are keeping people engaged, the player count is dropping continuously. And the question we must ask ourselves is, why is that the case? If these changes are good and engaging for the player base, there should be no drop in player count. But I'm seeing constant player count drop-offs, which is, while natural for games like this where it's hit or miss, you know, either you got the skills to stick with it or you don't, I feel like it shouldn't be dropping so fast so quickly, you know? That's how I feel about it. I could be wrong. But yeah, that's what worries me the most. Okay, this area is looted. Let's go there. Actually, you know what? Let's pick up this task. Me as well.
Good luck.
But this is this way. Okay. Oh, he's over there. Hammer Merc. Nice. It's a bit of a runner. Yeah, see, this is my main issue.
This place is finally open. If you want to make your fortune,
LOL. I hate it when those goddamn mobs interfere. Like, seriously. That wasn't even your fight. Well, wait for my video then. If you do not wish to read it on your own, that's completely okay. I'll have a video out after stream talking about the patch. But realistically, you should read the whole thing. It'll tell you everything that changed. Such a shame. Guy didn't have much on him, but it was a fun fight. Okay, let's head down south. Still got 3 spring horns, so we good. Ah, a helmet.
hurry up and ring it. Take your junk out of here.
I respect him for it. Ooh. Nice. That was some good combat. I respect that. Okay, sell off the loot. And go in again. I don't mind losing any of this because it's all trash anyway. Okay. Claim that. And this is worth a bit more. Okay, that's good. This one I'll just toss it out. Okey smoky. Okay, again. For anyone that's wondering, while I experiment and learn, I like to go in completely gearless. And I just go and strike. And if I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. But I must learn until I'm perfect at it. Okay, where am I? Nearest would be here, I guess. Okay, kill everything until we encounter a player. Okay, they need to stop with the monsters, like, weirdly vibrating. Now that, I think, is what they should fix instead of worrying about character balance. Now there's somebody already nearby. So this is gonna be fun. I'll just shove this in here. Oh, they're fighting inside there. Interesting. Ah. A sword that isn't a garbage sword. Okay, that works. Okay, some green gloves. That's something. Grab that. And you know what? Give me some of these. Wine components, I'll always try and take them out. I need to be calmer with every single fight. Just because the attacks are now faster doesn't mean that I go ham. I have to be mentally calm as possible. I still hate that he does that. Annoying. Nice.
The barrier has been lifted. Go face the Mistfall.
Sorry, not this. This will stay. Yeah, let's sell these. Buy 3 more. As long as whatever you use works well for you, keep it going. Okay. Need to find a fight. Maybe if I head south.
Quit standing around and ring the car.
Wow, screw this NPC. How dare you touch me? Okay. There should be another player nearby.
Shiny butterflies. Follow them.
Weird, I swear I heard him. Nah, I'm just kidding, let's go. See, how could they hit me first? I love how we're all just running around like this. It's funny. Well, since they all want to fight over it, catch you later. Oh, Lord. That was funny. But anyway, I haven't thought about the heals on kills yet. Maybe I should. Let's see. No, unfortunately, it wasn't a full GG there. Maybe what I will do is get Impalement. I want to try that. No one's got is okay, but I want to try Impalement. Okay, let's do it again. Once we learn how to do this, we're good. Monster Hunting Jar, Fetid Jar. Okay, defeat the elites I can do. Fetid Jar, if I need to toss it, I'll just toss it in the next round. Easy. Either way, we did not escape with like good loot or anything. We just escaped. So we need to keep going. That was unfortunately, in my personal opinion, a terrible match. Because we did not earn enough profit. If the profits were higher, I'd say that that was GG. But it was not yet. Still, that's part of the fun. I like days like this where I just experiment and learn because mentally speaking, I understand. Like, there's a bit of a disconnect since I played the Mercenary about what I need to do as a Withered Knight. It's to me, it's a completely different animal because the feeling is different. The way I block, the way I fight is different. I need to take into account all that. And the more that I practice, the better I'm going to get. And now the players that are left are always the good ones. I think that's why it's so important that I master these styles. Okay, here we go. Where am I? I am here. Straight to the Supreme Hall. Let's go get in some trouble. Ah, I need to kill elites. So give me a moment. Hey, finally a pair of pants. Sweet! Okay, pants on. It's kind of like Johnny Storm's flame on, except, you know, pants on. Okay. We'll just keep going anywhere and everywhere and try to seek out a fight. The more we fight, the better. Losing is not a problem, ladies and gents. Ah! There's somebody. No potion drinking for you. Okay, there is definitely this weird element of lag right now that you guys can see, I think. Damn. I don't know why, but facing off against that Korean dude, like, some of the stuff was just lagging, and you could literally see that. That was odd. I mean, not that I care, it's just trash equipment, but that was beyond odd. They say they fixed a lot of their server stuff. I think they actually worsened it. At least in my opinion. Okay, let me sell off this bowl. Okay, before I go in for the next one, time to do... Time to do some burpees. Then we'll go in for the next fight. Solid 4. Okay. Let's do this. Damn. I hate when some random NPC interferes with the fight. I could have had that guy. But yeah, nah, that rogue interfered with the fight too annoyingly. The lag is indeed very, very weird. It doesn't show, but I'm 95% certain that they have somehow messed it up even more than they did in the past. I'm not sure how, but they really did. Well, rogues engage in that manner. It's very normal. Absolutely. Let's not take that. Let me see. What if I go back to this older, weird style that I used to have? Well, I'm gonna go engage in some more deja vu, guys. Let's keep going. I think I have a great idea in my head about what I'm supposed to use. But just like with the defensive mercenary, it just needs to click. Once it clicks in my mind, it'll work. I might actually try the other tree, just like I did with my defensive mercenary. No, the rogue didn't get anything new. It's just that the hitbox of the Greatsword is weird. It always has been. So although they made the attack itself faster, the hitbox is strange.
Do not let them remain lost for too long, Guild Hunter.
So realistically, only the Withered Knight and Mercenary were heavily touched. This guy's also doing 0 to hero, I can tell. Which is fine. No. I'm just here to test the changes. I don't main anything. I like to just play a lot of different stuff. Okay, let's head south. The more you know, even if it's not your class, the more you know, the better. So usually, I just keep practicing, learning, experimenting. That's how I do it. I don't worry or think too hard. I just do. One thing that I'm noticing though is that Withered Knight attack can track. So if you shift your mouse while the attack is ongoing, it'll actually hit where the mouse is, like the hitbox shifts. Which is why if you're jittery with your aim, unlike the Mercenary, right, the attacks are not like fully straightforward. It's more like I need to be very measured. No, Eric, because I don't want people to copy me until it's ready. When it's ready, there'll be a video on it. If I just let people copy willy-nilly, then I'm responsible for bad information. I've lost most of my fights tonight. Granted, I'm only carrying trash gear, but I've lost most of my fights tonight. This means that the build doesn't work. When it works and when it's fully tested and ready, I'll put out a video. Of course. Only the world's worst and stupidest content creator would just throw down a breakdown in their comments. I tell you, you see anybody like that, you better not follow their stuff because they don't know what they're talking about. If they've fully tested something, they'll be able to demonstrate it live in a repeatable context. So, this is why I don't do stuff like that. It is more important that we test, learn, and truly understand something before we ever pass our judgment to other people. Of course, the downside to my method is that, unfortunately, it took so long for me to test the Mercenary that as soon as my build popped up, the Merc got nerfed. Which was dead sad because I spent a whole night doing nothing but chaos runs and winning. Well, make sure you subscribe and always come to the streams if you want to learn from the best. Well, the best of the average players. I may not be ranked number 1, but my stuff is easy to follow because even if you don't have skills, you can do it. Now, let me sell off this cocoon so I don't have to worry about it. Then we can go hunt some more. Okay, let's grab this. Cool. Now, where are we? We need to go here.
The barrier has been lifted. Go face the Mist Lord.
Well, no, it's late at night right now, Kim. That's why I didn't stream in the morning. I'm not putting you guys through building noise. Usable sword. Okay. Just some more crap. I don't think anything will be there, but let's just go. Yeah, I knew this would be slaughtered. What a shame. The question is, where did the guy who killed all these go? Oh well, there's still something here at least. Huh. So there was still a treasure chest here. Nice. And here I almost thought there was nothing left. This is gonna get sold. Okay, first we'll get rid of this crap. More trash stuff. Okay, let's go. No, I don't think they hunted it at all. They had killed what was down there, but it could have been their starting point. Maybe they just didn't want to be there, because I think they just hunted the soul cocoon. That seems to be what they did, at least in my opinion. I could always be wrong, but that's what it appeared to be. Ow. Just testing the attack tracking theory. It does work to an extent, but smaller targets like the dogs, they are very, very awkward for the Greatsword's hitbox. That's the only thing that irritates me right now. Oh wow, a pair of gloves. Trash gloves, yay! They're probably just doing a quest, which is reasonable. But I'm surprised that there's just still souls left on the map. It's wild. Huh. This elite is still up here. My only issue is that I feel like I need to just play slowly. That, I think, is where I have a disconnect, because I play a bit faster with the Mercenary, and even though I thought I was patient with the Mercenary, I come to realize today just how much I was relying on the Mercenary's shield. No, only sword. The polearm is already pretty strong, at least for skilled users. Well, I don't know you, Courage, so I wouldn't know. Are you a skilled user? If you're a skilled user, no problem. I wouldn't know if it's strong. I've killed every single polearm knight I've come across. Not today, of course. I mean, on the Mercenary. Today, I've pretty much lost every single fight. Although, again, yeah, I could say it's due to me not wearing any gear, but... well... skills also play a factor. You should not struggle against hammer users. Hammer users are the easiest to fight. But that assumes you're using Greatsword. If you're using the polearm, well then just don't use the polearm, dude. This round was okay. I'm gonna make a profit, but I think I need to keep delving into combat. I need more combat experience. Give me 1 second. But the Mercenary, the defensive Mercenary build did get nerfed heavily today, so it should be alright. Test it out and see whether you struggle or not. I mean, that's their strategy, Ricky. You're supposed to stop them from doing that. If you don't stop them from doing that, then of course they will kick your ass. Every build in the game can be dangerous. It's about how you use it. Even the Greatsword build, now buffed, I'm certain that many Withered Knights who are very skillful, more skillful than me anyway, are definitely going to have a good time with it. Okay, let me sell all this crap first. Sell this, sell this. Okay, I need to purchase 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And fetid jar, how much does that cost? Wow, that's expensive. I'll just wait till I find some in the field and just throw them. You need to bait the super shield. You need to bait it, and then when they use, after they use their attack, they'll be vulnerable. Once they don't have super armor, that's when you strike them. That's why I say it's all about practice. Their attacks are very easy to dodge. Yeah, they can do that. The thing is that it depends on the merc. You have to wait for a swing and miss, and if they don't swing and miss, they have to swing and miss because they have to attack you at some point. So the key is patience. If you're too greedy, you will always lose. That's what I learned in this game. Greed will kill you. Whoa. Why are they fighting? If they want to fight, I don't really care, but that rogue almost got smoked. Oh man, I died. You know, I really want to try Seer because of that build. I've seen that build like do some real numbers. So I want to try Seer at some point because of that. It looks really cool. I don't know what that build is, but the fact that they can just put down defensive turrets is pretty crazy. And like they just spam range attacks. So that's what I'm going to be checking out tomorrow. Okay, off we go again. Let's keep going. 0 gear. Let's go. Anyway, I've tested a lot of this. I want to check out the polearm. I mean, the buffs are all entirely skill dependent. They're okay in my opinion, but if the opponent is better geared and has more skills, you're still gonna die. So To me, I feel that it did not change too much about the Greatsword Withered Knight. Now, Polearm, I can't say yet, but Polearm didn't receive any changes today. I'm going to check it out in a little while after this round. But I'm doing another round with no gear. Just testing out what I can get into combat with and what I can do in every situation. Again, it depends on your skill, Full Metal. No matter buffs alone and nerfs alone cannot change your character. Your character and your skill with it is what determines every fight. So even for the so-called nerfed Mercenary, I'm pretty sure the defensive Merc is still going to be a really strong option. Depends on how you use it. Seers are easy if they're melee Seers. It's that weird range build that they do that I want to try. I've seen very few Seers do that. Most of them prefer like the melee build. But that weird range build they have is pretty cool. Well, if you've got the skill to never lose a 1v1, then yeah, go for it, man. Like I said, personal skill is always the crucial key. If you say you haven't lost, then good. That's the key. Yeah, they nerfed the Mercenary heavily. It should still work, but that's all. Look, guys, if you don't know what's in the patch notes, please wait for my video. I will happily deliver to you guys the patch notes video after stream. But, you know, if something changes, I highly encourage you guys to read on your own. All right? Because it's very important. If you want to have a discussion about this kind of stuff, you got to know what's in it. All right? So do try and check out the patch notes when you can. It's good for your soul to read. If you only listen to the judgments of others and don't form your own opinion, you may lose out. Sword Tip is weak, though. Sword Tip is the shitty Merc. And unfortunately, it's pretty terrible. I know, like, some people promoted it, but I'll tell you that it's very, very terrible. Every single Sword Tip Mercenary that I've come across is lost in a fight to me. Because it simply does not have the defensive advantages that defensive Merc has, even after the nerfs. That is something I can definitely pass judgment on. The defensive Mercenary is still going to be a lot better. I can almost guarantee that. And that's only because the defensive Mercenary has perfect block still. And no matter what, perfect block is awesome. Huh, sounds like deja vu. I think there might be a seer over there. Seems like they went somewhere else. Okie dokie. Let's keep going. Like I said, whatever works for you. Skill is of course a great factor, but in the case of that particular loadout, the Sword Tip was way weaker. You lose too many advantages. So unless the Parry Mercenary is very bad, usually you should lose. But if you're able to win, hey, don't let me stop your winning streak. Go for it. To be fair, though, I use the skill set of the sword tip mercenary. I just use the defensive measures of the Parry mercenary. Mine is more of a hybrid build, which works really well. Oop. I messed that up. Didn't mean to do that. Now, this way.
This place is finally open. If you want to make your fortune...
By the power of random garbage gear. I think, weirdly enough, that that's not the skill itself. Strangely enough, I think that there's actually... These problems are mainly due to the server. They said that they deployed some fixes for lag and stuff. I think it actually made everything worse. I can't confirm that, but today, especially facing off against the Chinese from the mainland, so the Chinese, as well as facing off against the Koreans and Japanese, I've noticed an odd delay in some of my attacks, so that has been a bit of a problem for me today. But I can't confirm it. Like, you know, I have no way of confirming that, oh yes, 100% this is a problem. So I can't quite say, but it has appeared to me strange. Depends on your region, dude. If you're in NA, I don't think you'll encounter a problem. But for us in this particular Asia region, it's a lot worse for me. So it depends on where you live.
Quit standing around and read the card.
Because when they tried to alleviate lag, I believe they were trying to do it in regions like this, where there's a more varied player population. I don't think they have to, because as far as I know, the Withered Knight already does quite a lot of damage. Putting in more would just make it unbelievably strong. And as you can see, any class that is too strong immediately gets nerfed down. As it is, assuming proper gear, they already have some of the highest damage possible, so a little bit hard to increase that further. I hate these birds when they're together. If they're alone, it's completely fine. If they're together, they are annoying as hell. Okay, let's extract. Just gonna make a minor profit off the trash and come in right again. They increase the speed, right? I don't think they increase the attack. As far as I remember, they increase the speed. Which is good. I like the speed increase. Speed increase was okay to me. But an attack buff would be a bit much. But if they did increase the attack, then hey, at least you got what you wanted, right? guys are all evacuating. Well, a speed increase is good then. That is something I can agree on. Wait. Better shoes! Oh. Looks like we're gonna be fighting it out.
Quickly, follow those butterflies to our woodling friend.
Okay, final fight's gonna be here. Live or die, here we go. Either I escape with my shitty loot, or we die. We will die heroes' deaths. LOL. This silly thing. They must have spawned the woodling in the same place. Yes, it has. Yep, there is. You still won't be able to use it continuously, but for me, right, the biggest problem is that the parry itself leaves you vulnerable. I don't like that. I feel like the parry needs a stun or a stagger. At least that's the way it should be, to me. Okay, I could always be wrong, but I feel like that would make them a bit more competitive. Although, for me, that's wishful thinking on my part. Because compared to the Merc, who's always, like, parrying everything, it just felt like I could use a bit more. The super armor charge and release is okay. To me, I don't view that as anything great. Okay, the rest of this crap, we'll just put it in a little rinse cycle. Okay, there we go. And 2 more. Okay, let's go. It can block it, but you'll still be knocked back. That's the only problem. If it wasn't for the knockback, I'd be okay with it. But then again, your shield mercenary is the same thing. But you can always parry red attacks. You can always parry red attacks. You just get knocked back. So you don't get to do your attack afterward. Okay, let's go in again. The more we do, the better. Just keep diving in, keep finding fights. That to me is the best way to learn. But I can certainly say that compared to what I've done with other classes, I don't feel like they've made the Greatsword Withered Knight super OP or anything. It's still damn strong, don't get me wrong. But skill is still going to be the major factor. Especially if your opponent is on ping. That's why I was trying it, but I did not find it very useful. At least to me. It felt okay, but nothing super great. I could be wrong though, and maybe somebody else will come up with an even better build. An even better, crazier build. It could be one of you. And if that is the case, I look forward to it. Question now is, where is the guy? You over there? Oh. Coward. If you're not gonna fight me, I'll go elsewhere. You see that parry bit? That's the thing that takes a bit too long for me. Wow! 2 people fighting over there. What is this duel arena bullshit going on? Calm down, guys. Calm down. What is this? Duel monsters? There you are. Come on. Yeah. Oh, damn. They got me. Okay, let's sell off the Hollowgrave Codex. Okay. I've made enough profit. Let's take this seriously. Give me my combat bag, but this time we're going with blue. Okay, Wither. There we are. Okay. I did. And I can accept that. Give me Aegis. I do want Stoic. What does Def do? Why does this build even have this? I mean, okay, but anyway, Smiting. And then Wrath. Nah, Valor. Okay, drink. To me, that's the only downside, though. A Shadowstrix, to me at least, right, has no tools to fight my Mercenary, and if I was playing my Mercenary, they'd be dead instantly. I don't think so. This is not a campaign mode type game. What would be the point of a campaign mode? They should focus 110% on just solely doing the content that they need to do. They need to improve their PvP content until it's perfect. That's how I feel. Crazy thing is, if you look at my connection, it says green, only 6 ms. But I don't know why some things just never hit. Well, we got a Shadowstrix. PvP campaign mode would be, unfortunately, my dear friend, even dumber because people would protest so hard on that. They already cried that there was no PvE mode, so I think we would be in for some serious protests. I forgot that he has another swing. That was entirely my bad. Where did the Shadowstrix go? Guess I'll head toward there. Damn. Come down here then. If you dare. You coming? Yeah, I knew you'd come by. Hey, sup, man? I mean, zone me all you like. I'm just gonna quietly recover over here. Come here. Damn. No. Oh well. He won that. I think the Withered Knight is just not for me. I just can't stand that the parry doesn't immediately catch them. I'm too used to the Mercenary. What a shame. Alright, well, that one was a fair loss on my part. I do not have the skills for this. I can yoink them in, But I think the Greatsword Withered Knight is not for me. Overall, my skills with this particular style is too low. It's good, and I think that those who are very skilled will be good with it. But even after this update, I find myself unable to properly grasp this, you know, and be strong with it. I personally can't. If you can, you know, absolutely awesome, go for it. But I feel like this one I can't. I don't think it takes a while to master. I think the style has to suit you, and the style does not suit me. That's the big problem. The fighting style does not suit the way that I play, and I feel that that's the big problem for now. That being said, let me go take a look at some polearm knights and see what we can do there. Maybe we'll have a different situation. Maybe my experience from the Mercenary will carry over. Let's try. I just feel that, like, you know, with the Greatsword, they should do instead of a side-to-side combo, they should do a sweeping combo. Therefore, you can catch people that like try to run around you, which I feel personally is unfair. You know, when they run in that style, it just doesn't feel right. That they can just zip around and dodge around, like, you know. These Shadowstrix is just asking to get punished by my Mercenary. I feel that the Greatsword is a DPS build. It needs, if it's gonna be slow, that's fine. You know, I respect that it's a slower weapon, but I should be able to catch anybody with wide sweeping attacks. That should be the danger. You fight a Greatsword, you face the danger of getting caught by big sweeping attacks, not attacks that you can slip under, you see? I feel like that is something that is very wrong, that they need to change. Okay, let me see. First, let's reset the talents. Let's try something completely different. Okay, polearm and shield specialization. Yes, and that is what I think is terrible. Okay. I know I'll need that. Okay. Now, here I will just use the breakthrough charge to get around faster. For the polearm and shield, okay, javelin thrust is normal. Breaker shield bash. This is pretty interesting. I don't think so, actually, but that is a difference in fundamental thinking. For me personally, I respect the fact that the Greatsword Knight, maybe they're not supposed to be, you know, up close and completely dominate. Okay, fair. but I feel that they need wider sweeping attacks, because if the Shadowstrix gets up close, then they should be able to use all their attacks to tear me apart. But if they hit my parry, okay, I should be able to instantly smack them back, you know, and when they get smacked, they need to take a serious punishment. Instead, we just apply a Withered Mark, and when we apply the Withered Mark, they can immediately dodge away again. Like, I feel that that is not fair to the Greatsword. Like, if I catch a parry, then I'm supposed to punish them, you know? That's how it should feel. So that's my thought process, I guess. I could always be wrong, but let's see how I do with the polearm. No, the super armor, it works, but it only lasts for a short instance, and it doesn't like prevent you from getting like mogged by fast attacks, which I think is the issue, I guess. But either way, it is what it is, you know? You live, you learn. Well, you die, you learn, actually, in this game. The polearm's attacks are going to be wild. I mean, if that's how you react to balancing changes, dude, then that's okay, man. Hope you find a better game to play. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure the defensive Merc build is still going to be really awesome. At least based on my knowledge of it. I could always be wrong, but I don't think so. Another day, when I have the chance, I'll play it again. Noted. So this is quite slow when it's just charging normally. I mean, if you ask me, compared to the Merc, this has got nothing on him. I just find the Withered Knight, I guess, slow. But it's just my take on it. I'm glad I got a chance to play it, though, because it taught me a lot. See, how did that attack... Is it because it's a red attack that it was able to stop my block? And also, do you see like the awkward way the polearm works? Like that to me is one of the negatives of this whole experience. Like I like what this offers, supposedly. But it just feels awkward to me. I don't know why the Withered Knight functions in this manner. Maybe it's just the fact that I can't really, you know, grasp it in my mind. Like, it feels like it doesn't work in my brain, you know? I know that those players who are really good at it are really, really good. But yeah. To me, it does, yeah. Like, again, you could probably say that this is entirely my personal issue. But I'm just not very good with it, you know? I just don't understand it in the same way that... You see, like, those kinds of attacks, to me, they're so hell of awkward. I feel like I should be hitting the target, and then it just doesn't. So those who can really use the pole arm and shield, hey, you deserve the glory. Yeah, you do have to use it to knock people down to get to the boss. Damn. Yeah, I think the Withered Knight is not for me. I can't, like, whether it's polearm and shield or whether it's the Greatsword, it's just in my brain, it's just not something that works. I can understand it fundamentally, but not in actual combat. Like, the way the shield works, I can't do it. It's definitely my skill issue. It's not a problem with the class itself. But yeah, it's 110% my personal skill issue. Whatever way that I've structured this, I've got it wrong. Hey, listen, if you can make it work, you know. The Mercenary is not unplayable, dude. Like, I get that you're mad, but come on, dude. If it was unplayable, you wouldn't see any mercenaries around. Mercenaries are still around. They're still absolutely killing people. It's like... Let's be a little realistic here. Okay. I think I'll go in without a defensive parry. Let me try that. I won most when I had no defensive parry at all. Agreed. I think it boils down to whether or not you know the class. And yeah, it sucks when your class gets nerfed, but have you tried the Mercenary since then? Because I'm pretty sure you can still win fights. Of course, if you just want to be negative, there's nothing I can do to help you, but... Look, just because you're mad, my stream is not the place to take it out. Yeah, no, I don't think I could do it, Ricky. I think that at the end of the day, I know what I'm good at, and unfortunately the Withered Knight is not it. I like it. You know, I like how cool it is. But it feels like I'm always facing an uphill battle. Like I'm going against the playstyle. That's why I'm going to try out the, I think the next thing for me, the next big thing for me is going to be Seer. Because that's the only one I haven't played yet.
Every cocoon imprisons a soul that should have returned home. Purify them and mend fate.
Like I said, for the Greatsword Withered Knight, I want sweeping attacks. I don't want attacks that players can slip away from. Like, it should be horizontal sweeps. So that the price is that, okay, look. I have slow attacks, you know? And that should be okay. Like, I'm okay with having slow attacks. Like, I get it. But if I'm going to have slow attacks, then the enemy needs to suffer as well. Meaning that I have slow attacks, but my attacks have very, very long range. Wide range, you know? And also, some random NPC in an awkward position should not be able to dodge my attacks, you know? Like I said, this class should be about very wide, sweeping attacks. In my opinion, that's what would make it great. You see, if I miss my swing, I immediately get punished. Like, that to me is just not fair, you know? See, the Mercenary is still fine. I mean, granted, I was in trash gear, but the Withered Knight has no counter to that. Like, you fight somebody, what are you gonna do? You know, you have a delay and a pause after attacks, what other classes don't. You know, if I swing my wide attack, it needs to be a horizontal sweep. Think Artorias from what you call it? From Dark Souls. Like, he had a great sword, but dude, every attack was like wide AoE. You've got to bring that pain, you know? I feel that that's what is missing. That's what is truly missing. And that's where I have, and this is my problem, like I said, it's entirely my fault, but I have a disconnect. Sorry about that. I have a complete disconnect in my brain whereby I'm like, I don't understand mentally what I'm doing. And if I do one thing, actually, sorry, let me change something up again. I think I have to go back to the parry, because every time I want to use Withering Mark, it's way better with the parry. Thorn Guide is fine, like the rest of this is fine. I feel that, like, Greatsword Withering Knight has to be a serious threat. Like, okay, they're slow, you can dodge, but I should be able to punish my enemies, you know? I feel that they should be... Like I said, it's not really the animation, it's the hitbox. When you're swinging your greatsword, you swing side to side, right? This is a natural way to swing the sword in real life. But when you're talking about a video game where it's like there's hitboxes, right? Using actual sword motion is probably not a great idea because it creates problematic spots where the interaction is just incorrect, you know? That's how it feels. That's how it feels to me. So, on a personal level, I want them to change it so that it's more like a video game sword rather than a real sword. You see? Because real swords don't have hitboxes, and an actual swordsman can alter the trajectory of their sword. Like, granted, it's a bit difficult and it will reduce your actual, you know, firepower, but they can actually, in real life, alter the trajectory of their sword. Now, granted, the problems in this game are entirely my own. Oh, because there's no need for me to do so. I'm just practicing my skills. I don't care if I lose. I'm working out hitbox interactions right now. So if I lose, I genuinely don't care. Like, I'm just scavenging. Whatever I find is whatever I find. You get what I mean? You know? So that's why I'm not taking it seriously. Like, when I play my Mercenary and everything, I go all in. I will buy, like, all the top battle tonics and shit. But right now, I'm just messing. Because I need to, like, I'm just trying for the rest of today to see mentally, can I get this right? My brain clearly thinks and works in a certain way, but the way it's working is incorrect for this. I'm not doing it right. You know, because if other people can do it, surely I can do it too. But why? I'm trying to assess in my brain. Why am I doing it wrong? And that's what I want to know. But under normal circumstances, like if I was playing seriously and not learning a character, oh hell yeah, I go in all the way, man. Yeah, you have to do the light attacks. 3 light attacks to get your Judgment Mark. You put that on the target, and then you can follow up with a heavy. And plus, I still get blue items out, so I can still make a profit. It's not a big deal. Let's get this loot. If I find some good stuff along the way, good. If I don't, it's fine. See the monster's attacks, do you see that wide sweep he did? Granted, it is after a charge up period, but that's kind of what I want the Greatsword to have. Like, instead of my attacks being side to side, you know, where the hitbox can be evaded, I feel it would be so much better if I was able to, with my Greatsword, like, dish out more damage, you know? And you also get stuck on terrain so often. That's the other thing that sucks. The wide attack comes from the parry, yes. This is true. Ah, shit. Now I have to extract. Fuck. Okay. Time to get serious. Straight to extraction. Let's get out of here.
The barrier has been lifted. Go face the mystery.
Yep, unfortunately. And the problem is, this thing is in my way. I wouldn't say so, dude. Look, I'll play the Mercenary again another day. But I would avoid a snap judgment like that. I mean, if you want to make a snap judgment, I cannot stop you from making one. Oh my god. I hate these birds so much. I mean, I find them cool, but I hate them so much. Damn you, burb. Every game is always gonna have changes. Hey, listen, this is the absolute best reason to play this game, okay? If you're not... Oh, man. Really? Really?
Take the time. Don't keep our woodland waiting.
No, they got me. Just when I had good loot. Ah, well. It is what it is. Can't be helped. Ah, that's what I get for running around with trash gear. Oh well, now I'm sad. Red loot, really? Was that really the moment to drop red loot on me? What a moment, what a moment. Can I sell? It only goes for 246. Oh well, that Sork is very lucky. But yeah, I think that's it for me on the Withered Knight. Let's head back onto the Mercenary. Let's go see how bad the changes are, for real. Absolutely, if I was on Mercenary, that would have been over. Well, let's see how the changes handle. I am curious. Yep, just gonna change over to Merc and see the vibe. But I'm going into Chaos, I'm not going to low level. Let's see how bad the nerf actually was to the Mercenary. I'm not changing any of the talents in my build at all. Let's give it a go. Chaos mode, yes please. Not carrying enough healing items. Oh, right. I forgot. Yeah, I better do that. Don't exactly have a death wish. I mean, I still made a profit today. But I don't know. The Withered Knight just didn't seem all that great to me. I'm sure that other people who are way more skilled than me will definitely be good at it, but yeah. To me, I feel that the Withered Knight deserves better. But only because other classes have more tools at their disposal to absolutely annihilate a Withered Knight, you know? Whereas poor homie over here, like, the Withered Knight just doesn't have sweeping attacks that can just catch people off guard. If I'm gonna be slow, then I need to, like, be able to, like, with one swing, it doesn't matter if you dodge, I still catch you on the edge, you know? Like, it should be that kind of class. Meaning that if you take the risk of fighting me head on, then sure, you've got faster attacks, but if I get an attack off, you take the hit, you know? That's the way that big weapons work in Souls-like games, and it's kind of the way the hammer works as well. That's why the hammer has so many super armor frames. Well, the Withered Knight is not meant to be tanky, and that, I think, is also another weird disconnect. Because the Mercenary does actually feel tankier, to an extent. Okay, let's go, mess. I gotta shake off these bad vibes. I really wanted to try it, you know, and I won a couple of fights, but it just feels ugh. Exactly. I mean, we're talking about a guy with a massive shield and a teeny tiny polearm that appears to have a even bigger hitbox problem than most other classes. Actually, wait. I forgot this is Chaos. Sorry. I will usually loot in Chaos because you can find some good stuff even on random trash mobs. Okay, let's go. Again, my dodge and everything else is just easier to manage on the Merc. You don't feel slow. The Withered Knight, on the other hand, poor man, is slower than the pace of evolution. That's not right. Now that one, granted, was my own fault. But if I can perfect block an actual elite on a mercenary with a wooden ass shield, surely the Withered Knight deserves better, right? I feel like the Withered Knight should be like the heavy lance in Monster Hunter. It should be so that like when I'm blocking, I take no damage. You know, I should become a fortress. Like, it will consume my stamina or whatever, but I won't take any damage, you know? Like, it needs to feel like a counterattack type class. Maybe that will make it better? I don't know. But that's what I envision mentally. Oh, sup? No healing for you. Like, what's homie gonna do? What's homie gonna do against a mercenary? You can't do shit. The guy walks into your space, he can just murk you like that. Like, that's a problem. You see, this is where I say there's a disconnect. This is the wrong way to use healing magic. And granted, I had way better gear than that guy, but yeah. Well, if you're using explosive with her, that should be nice. But it also depends on the gear that the other person has, I reckon. I mean, literally, I can block while attacking. This is the problem. The problem. Anyway, time to exit. I mean, with good gear, that's alright. For my playstyle, yes. Objectively, also probably yes.
The barrier has been lifted. Go face him this time.
But unlike other people, I don't understand the Withered Knight. Not on the same, like, I guess, wavelength. I know there's people out there that are really good with the Withered Knight. I wish them well, because they're awesome. But I clearly do not fully understand it. So yeah, is it objectively better? To me, at least. But only to the extent that skill cannot compensate for whatever the Withered Knight is missing. The Withered Knight just doesn't have counter tools. The Mercenary does. Yep. It's very simple, straightforward, and you can win. That's what I like. That's what draws me, and I think a lot of other people. It feels like it was designed to be simple. parry should be like, for me at least, right? As unfair as it sounds, I feel like the parry should be like an instantaneous counter. It should be something whereby if I hit a parry, okay, then that person gets instantly stunned and damaged. Oh, terrible with the Withered Knight. It's just really not my style. But the Mercenary's nerf barely seemed to affect it. My build is still all good. Like, this poor Withered Knight tried to face off against me. I've got a relentless barrage of attacks that can absolutely, well, wither him down, so, you know. Now, I'm just doing an early extraction because I filled up with his gear and I want to sell his gear. Because I know it's got gems inside it. Small profit, but I do want to recover profits. I can agree on that. I mean, winning with the weakest class in the game, I can respect that. But my next experiment is definitely Seer. There's a...
The Velger.
Okay. I don't know. But I've seen some pretty glonky builds, and so I want to try it out. They've got this one weird build where they just put up these turrets. Like, that one, I think, looked really cool. I want to try that out. The other one is that their raging build, but that I'll have to do next time because I don't even have a seer yet. So, I think I'll put that up. But I'm sure you face them as well. Unless you only face the melee seers, which is totally understandable. Melee seers are much more common for some weird reason. But yeah, the range seer is another one that I really want to check out as well. This I'll just sell. Yeah, the melee seers are nothing. They're easy enough. Like, I mean, sure, they can kill you, maybe. But most of the time, Merc's not going to struggle with that. Merc's just going to laugh in their face. Which I love to do. Sense burner. Okay, the malt goes. The rest can be sold. So yeah, I'm just making some profits toward the end. You know, recoup my losses for today. I'm disappointed, but at the same time, you know, it is what it is. Sorry, I gotta throw fetid jars for my quest, so I'm just gonna go do that. But yeah, it is what it is, and I'm not going to make too many bones about it. Solo Chaos, let's go. Tactical items, do not need. Me too. I really want to try it. I think it's going to be awesome. You know, they always put me near Pioneer Gate. I don't know why. Like, does my mercenary have some magical reason to be at Pioneer's Gate every single time? I swear he's got like some kind of spiritual connection to this place or some shit. Hey, it's a Withered Knight. What's up, dude? Look, look. Yeah, about that. You really shouldn't do that. I'm just saying. Later, hater. And that's exactly what happens to a Withered Knight when they try. Why? Why would you try? Trying is bad for your health. Okay, now I need to toss fetid jars, so... Yeet! Yeet! Oh, items on cooldown? Shit. No? Mercenary murks everybody. I mean, I just murdered that there Withered Knight. Now, granted, my gear was a lot better. So I guess from that standpoint, you know, it depends on the gear you're wearing, what you brought into the run, but we're just playing Chaos right now, and the defensive Mercenary is still the same. I think the only biggest thing that ever really changed was that the defensive Mercenary now has to think about when to perfect block. Can't just hold it forever. Because the energy cost is much higher, if I'm not wrong. If I'm not wrong. But considering my low level of skills, yeah, we're fine. Now, I saw another player up there. Question is, are we fighting? Oh, they're on the other side. Cool, let's go. They nerf defense, not offense. What the? If you're backing off, pal, and see you later. Later, hater. Shadowstrix. So, did they destroy us? Nah, bruh. They didn't destroy shit. Only thing they destroyed is these people's confidence in themselves, thinking they can fight a merc. What even was the point? Oh. Take this over, I guess technically it'd be worth more than this. Okay, that's good enough.
Finally open.
Cool.
If you want to make your fortune,
Let's skedaddle out of here. Where is the soul fairy? There's no soul fairy? Dang. Well, anyway, I need to keep throwing fetid jars, so I'll just toss one. I don't really care what it does. Oops. I don't really care what it does, but... Again? Really? Not here to fight with you, pal. Now, if you want to fight with me, that's a you problem. You really want to do this? Okay. Alright. Alright. Yeah. Don't try. Come on, coward. What you doing?
quit standing around and ring the charge.
Weakling. Now, you want to challenge somebody, you want to fight somebody. Alright? Make sure you stay till the end. You stay there, and you die. At least have the decency to die with honor. You're not gonna die with honor. I don't want to know you. But yeah, this build is up on my channel. Just follow it. You'll have no trouble. Them destroying our class, like I said, it's an overreaction, man. What did they destroy? The only thing they destroyed is my opponent's confidence, because even after I got nerfed,
Give me what I need.
they still can't win. Alright, we're out. You see, they want to fight us. They want to fight us? Me? A mercenary? You sure? I don't think so. I don't think so. Now, what did I just make? Oh, that's right. Profit. I think we need a little victory tune. All right? So, here we go.
We just want the big B's, what is you into? You ain't trying to hear it, it's okay though. All we know is gang and dinero. If you're trying to get it, then let's go, let's get it.
So, heard they destroyed the Mercenary. Withered Knight is still shit. To me. Okay? I will qualify that opinion. There are great Withered Knights out there. I'm not one of them. To me, they're still dog shit. But yeah. I want them to buff the Withered Knight properly. And by a proper buff, I mean give them some tools to really punish people. Alright, will it lower my win rate? Yes, but come on. Withered Knights are basically sitting ducks for me. It's like I'm playing Duck Hunt on my PC, you know? We need to do better. They need to do better. And that's where it's going wrong. Okay. In the time that it took me to answer a message, sold 1,000. Look, I mean, if you want to stay mad, you stay mad, dude. But like I said, my build is perfectly fine. We're still strong. Use it if you want. Don't use it if you don't want. Seethe, cope, rage, do whatever you like. But like I told all the others, there's no sense in making a judgment or getting upset about it. Either way, you already uninstalled, so why are you still hanging around? If you uninstalled, you should not be looking at the content at all, right? The thing is, I think you know that it's an overreaction. So coming to a stream and acting a fool by overreacting is just not cool, dude. Whether it's tough or not, you're not supposed to just randomly spill your feelings on the internet. Don't do that. Alright? If you got feelings, spill them to your therapist, or you can spill them to an AI, but when it's here, let's all be sensible people. Okay? Let's all make sensible judgments. Let's think. Don't feel. Feelings are something that is, unfortunately, not very useful. But proper logical thinking, that's what's important. Evidence, proof. This is much more important. Okay, let's go in again. One last round. Now, could be a win, could be a loss. But the most important thing is, have fun. Enjoy. And tomorrow, I'm gonna hit the Seer. But we have to do Dark Tide in the morning, because I haven't been on Dark Tide in a few days and I'm getting itchy. So tomorrow morning will definitely be Dark Tide. Then tomorrow evening, we're gonna hit the Seer and we're gonna check it out. We're gonna see how good it is, because Seers seem really strong to me. Maybe I'm wrong, but let's find out. I'm gonna be playing both the melee Seer and the range Seer. I want to try out both builds and see which one gels with me. Oh. I have a quest. Coolio. Let's head there. Hey, guess I'm a questing boy now. I am a quest boy. Going for a quest. Oh shit, that's the wrong way. I think this is the right way. Okay, I have to go here and around. I have to say though, like, I know Elden Ring is a fair excuse, Austin, and I fully agree with you, but at the same time, God, I hate that it's become the excuse for everything. Elden Ring, unlike most Dark Souls, was absolute bullshit in most of its content. I wouldn't say all, but most, you know, and that is what really annoys me so much. I still hate that Elden Ring is the metric when I swear some bosses just had bullshit animations. Like, the fights felt a tad unfair at times. I mean, I still beat it, but God, it was a whole nother level of wild as shit. You know what I'm saying? The OG Dark Souls, I feel, and I hate using the word fairer, but it was fairer, or it felt fairer, you know? Like, most of the fights, they felt like, okay, you know, it's tough, but winnable. Sometimes, sometimes Elden Ring was straight up like, you know what? Nah, foul tarnished. You do not get to win this fight because I freaking said so. Ye foul tarnished. There's somebody over there. Stardust Sorcerer. The time is now. Okay, bye. Man, that guy ran away from me. That thing is over there. Let's go investigate. Oh God, Wu Chang. I still remember that. That was so fun though. Like, I didn't get to do the final fight on stream, but I actually beat it the other time. It was so great. But that was back when I had Game Pass. I hope that Souls-likes in future will offer me more opportunities. I would love to play more of those. This is all it had? Damn. Even the bird is broke. I never got Black Myth Wukong, but the time window is already passed. Still, maybe if I was a bigger content creator at the time it came out, I would have gotten another opportunity. Okay, let's go investigate this next.
This place is finally open. If you want to make your fortune...
I'll always love the perfect blocks on this. Understandable. The mythology is very, very cool. I can agree to that. I got one more, which is up there. And it's right next to Returning Chime. Perfect. I wouldn't say this is a super profitable run, but it's good enough. Almost there.
Hurry up and ring it. Take your junk out of here.
Done. Investigation completed. Unfortunately, I cannot exit on the Soul Ferry. Bit of a shame. I didn't kill enough people. The Blood God is probably not pleased with me today.
Follow the butterflies all the way. Even you should be able to manage that.
Did they do it? Oh, it's behind the hut. Okay. It's behind Jabba the Hutt. Not a super profitable run, and I didn't get to kill anybody, but... well, we completed our quest. And that's the most important thing. One second. Texting Kaz. Nah, tomorrow. Tonight, I've already finished up my runs. I don't think I can do any more for tonight. Okay. All right, it is a bit of a shame, but let's go sell off our gear first. Yeah? So, in conclusion today, what I can certainly say is that the Withered Knight definitely received a buff. I am very, very proud of the strong Withered Knights that keep the fights going. I mean, I'm still going to take your shit after rocking you with my Mercenary, but I respect you as an opponent. All right? Now, terrible backhanded compliment aside, what I will say is that I am marginally, just marginally disappointed that the buffs did not solve any of the true problems of the Withered Knight. It still feels, to me at least, like a lackluster class, and maybe there is a lot of room there for proper improvements. That being said, we also... I think the best changes are not to just try and buff everything, but rather they need to target the main pain points of the Withered Knight in general. And the biggest pain point that I feel is their reach. Their reach is just not good at all. And that, I think, is what has disappointed me so much. They need that kind of maximum reach whereby if they swing, things die. That's how it should feel. That's how it should be. But if that's not the case, then yeah, they're just gonna feel low level. Which I think is where a lot of people are having a mental disconnect over them. I mean, compared to the Mercenary, like, I can just walk around and not give a shit about anyone or anything, you know? That's what really sells me on the Merc. I don't have a single shred of fear in me when I play the Mercenary. But for the Withered Knight, I know that if I come head-to-head with somebody, it's going to be a painful experience, and that's not good. So yeah, I do hope they'll buff them up, but for now, ladies and gents, thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's been an absolute pleasure. Tomorrow morning, we'll be on Dark Tide having some fun, and tomorrow night, we'll make some profits. We still turned a profit today, despite all of our combat bag losses, but they're all just minor anyway. We probably helped other people turn a big profit too, yeah? But tomorrow, hopefully, we can get back to the morning streams. We can get back to everything. Thank you once again for hanging out, and I appreciate you guys, all right? Hopefully, I'll be a better seer than I was a Withered Knight. I'm a terrible Withered Knight, and I can completely admit to that. I failed completely, and I leave Withered Knight to better players than me.